Hello and welcome to Alternate Image Raid. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we're going to broach a fairly taboo topic, spending money in Raid Shadow Legends. The point of this won't be to judge or encourage anyone to spend or not spend, but the reality is sometimes people spend money in this game. So if you're going to do it, this video will have some tips on how to do it the most efficiently. This video will probably have the most value for low to medium spenders, but whales probably won't really be buying packs that are necessarily the most efficient, but understanding the best bang for your buck is good for anyone spending. And even if you're free to play, you might learn a little bit about how the other side plays, the advantages they have, and also how much it costs to gain any meaningful advantage. So it could be worth watching for you as well. So for this video, I'm going to kind of just briefly address each of these sections here in their shop. I'm going to address the value of the packs they do and how to find the value yourself, most importantly, how to value these to decide if it's worth buying. Again, anyone can enjoy this game without spending money. People can enjoy the game with spending money. A lot of people find the free-to-play more satisfying because there's more of a challenge, but at the same time, there is obviously value to those who want to save themselves some time or frustration or just get that high of pulling extra shards. So again, no judgment either direction, but that's what we're going to cover here in this video. So the very first thing I want to cover is the absolute best deal in this game, and then how to determine what is a good deal. So the absolute best deal in this game is the daily gem pack. If you are set that you're going to spend money, and you're going to spend, well, I guess any amount you're going to spend, whether it be just this or more, is this daily gem pack 2140 gems for $10. Value for dollar. It is the best you're going to get. It is a consistent reward. It's better than a shard that may get nothing. The gems can be spent on energy. You could turn them into ancient shards potentially if you wanted to. This is the absolute peak of deals here. It happens over a month, so you just get a few gems every day over the time, and it's just a good way of getting some extra resources for your account. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is, and this is really a key place to go. I'm going to switch over here to this browser capture, and I'm going to show you Intelleria. It's intelleria.com/tool/deal calculator. Link will be in the description below. And this is the place you can go and put in the deal that you have found and get an idea of how much that is worth relative to other deals. Now, they have a offer scoring of 3+ is amazing down to, are you kidding me? And while that's a decent rule of thumb, it's more like pick those scoring based on your own personal preference. Where is your minimum that you would need that to be willing to buy? And I've not hit this on this channel. I have not been completely free to play. I have spent probably a little bit under $100 over the course of 2 years playing this game. And I don't buy anything that isn't 3+. And even then I haven't spent actually anything in months. But if I was going to, it's either going to be the gem pack or something that is 3+. We'll notice here they actually do the gem pack for us. I was going to do this. I didn't notice they it comes out to a 5.36 deal. So I will show you how they come up with that. The gem pack costs $10 and it gives you 2140 gems. So we fill that into here, and that is where the deal comes in. And that is the by far the best deal in the game. And the way they come up with these is they've assigned points for all of this. And we'll see that those come in fairly similarly. For instance, if you would just put a random dollar in and you say 40 gems is worth 1, we'll find that what the energy comes is kind of similar to that, and an energy refill is the same as the energy. Gems are of course valued higher because they are more diverse, but you'll kind of see there is some sense to where they score things. So that's how I look at a pack and determine if I think it makes sense to get. You'll notice the monthly pack is okay. The Sacred Daily pack is okay, and everything else gets kind of worse for there. For instance, this Veteran Progress pack, which let's switch over to the raid scene, and I will show you that pack. This pack is not really a good deal, on top of the fact that it's horrendously expensive, but its value relative to the dollars is low. So the key here, and the key takeaway of this video, get the most value of your dollar. If you're going to spend $1, get use out of that dollar. So if we go through here, we'll start up at the packs. Everything here is awful. These packs are terrible. Let's look at this 3-pack of Void Shards for instance, and we will swap back over here to that pack was $70, and it does not get this energy refill, and it gets you 3 void shards, and we will see that is horrendous. It is crazy. But I don't know why they exist, honestly, but if we look over here, like they're trying to charge $30 per void shard. That's nuts, even relative to their own content. Nothing on this page is worth getting. Don't buy anything here ever. If you come down to the bank, I'm going to show this. It's not all money. Don't use anything on this page either. This is not a good use of silver relative to your gems, and the price for these books and gems is also really expensive. You'll notice for the same dollars as their gem pack, this is, or the same number of gems basically, it's 5 times the money. It is terrible. Gem shop will show just to be thorough. This stuff is fine. Energy refills is honestly the place you're going to use it the most. I don't come to the shop, but that's a fine place to do the arena refills if you absolutely need to make progress. And then the big shard pack isn't terrible. I don't go there a lot, but if a guaranteed ancient event came around, I'm probably going to drop all my gems into this shard pack. Worth looking at. I wouldn't really advise using Demon Lord keys here unless you have some very niche specific thing you're trying to do, and don't touch the potion pack at all. Daily progression, as we saw from the list over there on Intelleria, these vary from okay to terrible. I personally don't really recommend any of them because, again, I'm only going for things 3+, other than obviously the gem pack that we covered before. So the limited special offers is where we come into some value. Not these that I'm showing right now. These are also not great. I don't really recommend buying sacreds. Actually, in general, gems are not, shards are not the best place to spend money. But what we'll find is things like this. So the Warrior Circle pack is amazing, and it only comes up if you haven't spent in a while. I think it's a minimum of a month since you spent any money in the game. So you can kind of cheat the system a little bit. We'll see it's 18 energy refills and 1800 energy for $10. With some multi-battles, there's not really a lot of value there to me. But let's go check out and see what 18 full energy and 18 refills is worth according to this. So we're going to reset calculator. We're going to say $10, 1800 energy, and 18 refills. 3+. The Warrior Circle pack deals almost always come in a like 3.1 to 3.3 kind of range. If you're going to go, that's a really good place to go spending wise. As for these other the other deals back here, we'll notice they drop off. The Mortal Soulstone, we don't really have any value for what those kind of things go yet. The mini mix pack, they have sales that'll double this, and it becomes like a 4+ deal, I think. It becomes worth getting if you need all of the stuff. But this pack is actually the highlight of the next point I want to get at when you're valuing this. So I'm actually going to go put all of these things in to the calculator, and then we'll discuss that. Okay, so I filled all these things in, and we'll see that we have an Ancient Shard, a Day of XP, a 4-star chicken, a Demon Lord key, an energy refill, an arena refill, 5 little brews, and 30k silver. Now the 30k silver and the 5 brews don't really do much to the value, so it's fine to consider or not them. They don't do much. The Day of XP does a little bit here, so that's worth considering. Now, the point I wanted to make about this is a lot of this has no value for me personally. If I'm looking at this pack and I come put it into the deal calculator, and I bring this up because this needs to be the best bang for you for your dollar, not the best bang for me or somebody else. Now, I don't need more clan boss keys. I don't use them. I use my 3 to 4 keys a day. We go get brutal. That's it. I don't really care about hard. Hard is not worth money to me in terms of a key. Arena tokens are the same way. I usually end up using all of my free refills per day on arena or close, and then part of my actual the refill token that I earn. I'm not using an extra arena token. Ancient Shard's fine. Chicken is great. The silver is small, doesn't matter. Energy, of course, is valuable for basically everybody. XP brew is so inconsequential, doesn't matter. And then this 1 day of XP. So let me really quickly show you something here with my total XP that I have in bonus. I have 10 weeks of bonus XP. I don't need 1 day of XP. So again, for my account specifically, this has no value. This brings us down to this as only a 1.7. Reasonable, nah, like it's not It's not a good deal anymore. It becomes under the quality of which I would recommend spending. And so for me, this is the hard pass. On the other hand, occasionally they do have a sale type thing where this goes, they double everything, and then you'll see it becomes like a 3.4 with those little extras. That's not bad. I bought that a couple times early on. I didn't really know better, or it wasn't bad, but I didn't really know better. It was just cheap, and I just wanted to spend a couple bucks. I didn't mind supporting the game. So when you are spending, consider what you personally need. What value does each of these have for your account specifically? If you're going to spend, do you need chickens? Is this a dire need for you to get some of these chickens? And if the deal is good, then maybe it's worthwhile. Of course, this is the next thing that is worth mentioning is these bait chain packs. So they will have the first deal usually ends up being okay. And the last one is going to be valued consistently very well. These will be a 3 to a 4 value on this last one. So you're going to see an okay deal. You're going to see an amazing deal. And you're going to think, okay, I want to go get this amazing deal. But the middle packs tend to be really poor value. I've never bought one of these chains specifically. I don't know for this one what this exact value is. It is a bait. There are resources out there. I'll try to put a link in the description if I can find one that shows the value of the chain packs, but they're not worth it unless you're going above and beyond. And again, you need everything in this pack. So for me right now, legendary skill tomes are always a premium. I can always use more. Epic skill tomes, I'm actually running out of people I need to use these on. And then silver is fairly easy to get. It's not worth money to me. Chickens are decent. Silver, again, not worth money. But chickens, again, I have a ton of these actual chickens. I'm not going to spend money here. Energy is always great. Multi-battles are fine since I play on the PC. I'm going to play on the phone, sorry. Gems, solid value, or not value, but at least worth to basically everybody. So I don't need all of this. Do you need all of this? If you don't buy every pack. And of course, the total of this is going to end up being, $70 to $100. So consider these are an investment to get involved in. Don't expect these middle ones to be cheap. I think the rule of thumb is it goes up by 10. So 30, 40, 50, something like that. Something to consider when looking at. One of the last things there is to look about or think about when you're purchasing is they now have skins. Skins have absolutely zero power value to your account. And that's great. Skins are purely fun things for you to go look at your champions and decide if you think you want it to look cooler. I'm going to go drop down to the side. We're going to check out that skin. Oh, I do it here. And I think this is the paid one. It looks awesome. If you want to look at your champion looking cooler, if you want people when they battle your arena team to look at your champion and think it's cooler, then feel free to drop the money. The skins are a great place for a game to let their users support them without actually hurting the users that can't spend by introducing more pay-to-win elements. I'm pretty happy with skins. I'm not going to spend any money on them. They're way too expensive for me. I don't think they're worth it. But honestly, if that was $5, maybe I might. Probably not, but I don't mind supporting a game. And what's kind of frustrating and tough when looking at these is I'm not typically a fan of pay-to-win games. I'm very anti-pay-to-win. However, when you get into a game like Raid Shadow Legends that's free to play, somebody has to pay for it. And they're not going to pay for it unless they're winning something, unless they're getting advantage, getting something. And some games do that fairly well through cosmetics, but very few games are able to maximize their cosmetic monetization in a way to making it not also require power. And finally, the last actual one of these packs I want to consider. This can't be valued by that calculator, but I've seen the math. I don't have the link. It was on Reddit a long time ago, and I wouldn't personally recommend this because there's a lot of room for feels bad. But the amount of energy that you would spend to get 6 6-star bead pieces, if you were to translate that energy to gems to dollars through typical odds, would cost you more than the amount of this pack. Which in a twisted way makes the pack worth it. But I personally could never recommend buying one of these packs, because if you buy this and none of those pieces are good, all of these pieces can be random. These can all be flat stat bottom pieces and flat stat substats. They can all be terrible. Not one of them could end up dropping with speed on it. It's going to feel really bad that you spent $50. Again, no judgment from me, but for you, it's going to feel awful. So if you're not just straight wailing out on this game and you're just not going to spend crazy money regardless, uh, don't buy these. They do technically have value to them just because of the nature of RNG in this game, but the chances you're going to get a bunch of these and have it feel bad, or have one piece be good and say, great, you spent $50 on the shield. If you're okay with that, spend away. But keep that in mind. These are not guaranteed to be any better stats than anything else you get in this game. And consider how many bad rolls you've gotten on your gear before you spend. And in summary, again, I want you to remember the Intelleria calculator, and remember that you're only valuing something out of the pack that you're actually going to use. Don't value the pieces of this pack. If you don't need more Classic Arena refills, then take that value out of the consideration. And step a little bit, like, try to avoid judging either directions, free to plays or spenders. You know, free to plays aren't just like poor plebs who are too cheap to spend stuff. Like, they could just enjoy the strategy separately. They could also be kind of broke. I don't got a lot of spare spending money right now to drop in this game, and so I'm not going to. I mean, I can't wail out here because my wife spends all of my money, and that just kind of is what it is. So, you know, try to keep that in mind. And if you are free to play, well, that can feel like a badge of honor if I don't have to spend money in this. Consider that other people don't have as much time as you to play. They can't hit next as much as you can hit next. And so when it comes to getting to the end of an event to earn a reward, well, maybe they're not going to be able to grind it out. So they're going to drop the money to get that multi-battle pack so they can let their phone auto some more if they're not playing this on BlueStacks or RSL Help or something. And of course, it's just when you're coming with a dialogue, remember that both of these types of players, spenders, non-spenders, like whales, like minnows, however, whatever fish analogy you want to use, they're both necessary in this game. Without spenders, obviously Plarium would close the game. They need people buying this. But without tons of people playing this game, the spenders wouldn't have a lot of people to play with, and it wouldn't be as fun. So everybody is necessary in a free-to-play game to keep the game functioning. So when you're considering judging other people, try to avoid that. I know that's nothing to do with spending on this necessarily, but I think it is important in the discussion of people have different reasons for things. You don't necessarily know what's going on. So just, you know, enjoy the game. If somebody spends, if they spend. If they don't, they don't. There's going to be a mix here, and you can enjoy your game regardless of what they are doing. This has been an alternate image raid video. And I just want to know what you think about this. Is this valuable to you? Is there something I left out? Is there a recommendation that was wrong? Let me know in the comments. And if you liked the video, absolutely like. And if you liked the video a lot, of course up, but let me know, comment that this had meaning. And if you disliked it, smash that dislike button because it's still engagement for the channel. And as always, have a great day.